1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for coming. I have a quick question. Are you guys happy? And I mean genuinely happy in all aspects of your life. Well, if you're not, today I'm going to be sharing my secrets of happiness with you guys. So a little story, like personal story about myself, is that a couple years ago I always heard people say, Rachel Morrison's the happiest person I know, or Rachel Morrison's just so happy. And I was very happy. But about a year ago, I wasn't as happy as I used to be. And these secrets of happiness definitely helped me get back to how happy I was. So I broke up the happiness into 3 separate parts: physical happiness, emotional and mental happiness, and spiritual happiness. So for physical happiness, I'll start with exercise. Exercise is a very common way to be happy. So exercise releases a hormone into your brain, and it's called endorphins. Endorphins are a feel-good hormone. That's why after a workout you feel a lot happier and better about yourself. Another thing about exercise is that it helps boost your energy. So if you have more energy, you feel like you could do more things and be more productive. So you'll feel a lot happier and physically happier. According to the Pursuit of Happiness website, it's studied that exercise is a treatment for depression and makes you physically happier. Another thing about exercise is coping. So a lot of people turn their coping mechanism, they turn to drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol do work, but they're only a temporary solution for these people. And it's not very healthy. So if you exercise, it's a very healthy coping mechanism to use if you're going through a bad time or you're just not that happy in your life. For nutrition, everyone knows that eating healthy is good for you, but eating healthy and having a balanced diet is actually very good for your physical happiness. So our diets consisted of proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Fats help function your body the right way. For bad foods, sugar. Sugar is known as a drug because it's so addicting. That's why you crave cookies and cake and not broccoli and asparagus. So if you balance your diet with good and healthy carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, just like this girl right here, then you'll be a lot more physically happier. What sugar does is sugar releases a hormone into your body called insulin. Insulin makes you hungrier, slows down your metabolism, and slows down or lowers your blood sugar, which isn't healthy for your body. As for sunlight, a lot of people go in the sunlight just to get tan and feel better about the way they look, which is perfect. That makes you happier. But sunlight, what it actually does is it has your body absorb vitamin D, and vitamin D is known to be very good for you and helps with depression. And it's also been studied that bright light early in the morning actually helps you be physically happier. Switching over to emotional happiness. Emotional happiness, for negative emotions, a lot of people have negative emotions, and some people make them consume their brain. But if you tackle those negative emotions and you let those positive feelings take over, then you'll be so much more happier with your life. Another thing about emotional and mental happiness is enthusiasm. If you're enthusiastic about things in life and you're feeling happy all the time or just trying to be positive, you'll probably be a lot more mentally happier just because your mind thinks you're happy or knows you're happy and it makes you feel happier. According to the Harvard website, optimism, it really helps you with your emotional and mental happiness. Being optimistic helps you with your emotional and mental happiness because if you're thinking about the good things, even in bad situations, you'll be a lot better off. And the last thing about emotional and mental happiness is living in the moment. If you think right now and you pay attention to right now and the little things that can make you happy, you'll be a lot more mentally happy because you're not thinking about that bad thing that happened last night or the test that's due in a couple weeks. You're thinking about right now, living in the moment, which will make you a lot more emotional happier. So for switching off to spiritual happiness, everyone has it, but some people focus on it more than others. According to the happylifementoring.com website, meditation is the number one thing for being spiritual happy. An example of meditation is this girl right here. She is meditating on the ocean. Nature also helps with your spiritual happiness because listening to the waves, to the trees, helps you just feel more relaxed. And so does meditating. For the other things about spiritual happiness is looking at the big picture and knowing that you're not alone. If you look at the big picture and you know someone else out there has the same dreams and aspirations as you do, you probably feel a lot better about yourself and more spiritually happy because you know that you're not alone. And the last thing about spiritual happiness is if you're religious and you have a connection with a greater God, then you'll feel a lot more spiritually happy. And if not, if you just have a connection with anyone in general or just someone else, you'll feel a lot more spiritual happy just because you'll have like a weight lifted off your shoulders knowing that you're not by yourself. All in all, if you are feeling down or you're not as happy as you thought you were, I hope these secrets of happiness definitely helped you guys. And if you are very happy in all these aspects of life, I hope that you related to some of these things that I said, and now you realize why you are that happy. Thank you guys for listening to this speech. And do you guys have any questions for me?
Meditation.
Yeah.
How long do you think you need to do it?
Meditation, you should probably do it on a daily basis, but it's honestly for your own personal self. So I'd say meditate for as long as you need to for your body to feel more relaxed and happy with yourself. Anything else?
Yeah, how does insulin make you less happy again?
Insulin makes you less happy because the more insulin that's secreted in your body, it makes you hungrier, it makes your blood sugar go down, and it slows down your metabolism. Therefore, you won't have as much energy as you would, and the less energy you have, as I spoke of, you won't be as happy because you'll feel very mopey that day and that you can't really do anything and lethargic. Anything else?
Yes, I have a question. When you were talking about having bright light, which reduces depression, what do you mean about bright light? Like, what kind of bright light?
Okay, so what I mean that's a good question. About bright light is that if you wake up earlier in the morning, if you're like an early bird, and you go outside and you get that bright sunlight in the morning, it's just been studied that it helps with depression and it helps you happier in life. Is that it? All right, guys, thank you all for coming.